We're coming to you from the Star in Frisco. Day 1 of Big 12 Media Days officially in the books. Kansas, Iowa State, Texas Tech, TCU, and Oklahoma all took center stage today. Matt Rule and his Baylor Bears, they will talk tomorrow morning. That doesn't mean they were talked about today. Jessica Moore is standing by to explain.
Nick, tomorrow morning, Matt Rule will sit right here and address the media at Big 12 Media Days for the first time as Baylor's head coach. Now, obviously, new head coaches in the Big 12 were a big topic of discussion here at this podium earlier today. Matt Rule joins Tom Herman at Texas and Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma as the three new coaches in the Big 12 Conference. Because Rule isn't from Big 12 country, most of the coaches here today hadn't spent much time with him. In fact, many of them met Rule for the first time at Big 12 meetings earlier this year. But despite not knowing him too well, all the coaches I spoke with were excited that he joined the conference.
He's been successful. I've been only around him a couple times, but I do like him. So I think he's a good football coach. So it's watching their spring game, we can tell they're going to be very physical, because the way they practice and the way they do things. So we know we'll have to get ready to go.
Played against him either once or twice at ECU. He did a tremendous job at Temple. I thought a really, really tough, hard-nosed coach. His teams played like that, were really, really well coached. What he did there was incredible. I think he's a really, really good coach.
I met Matt a few years ago at an Under Armour event. Really liked his personality. What he did at Temple was incredible, and I think he's a really good guy first and foremost, and will do a tremendous job. Good personality, good man, and I think Big 12 is lucky to have him.
I don't know about you guys, but I hope people who don't know me very well say those kinds of things about me. In fact, I just met this statue, and he thinks I'm pretty awesome. Back to you, Nick.
Well, at this time last year, all the talk was about Art Briles and Baylor's sexual assault scandal. Fast forward 12 months, and all the chatter now, especially from Commissioner Bob Bowlesby, has been very positive. Well, Bowlesby was very complimentary of Baylor's leadership, including President Linda Livingstone, Athletic Director Mack Rhodes, and Head Coach Matt Rule. Well, Bowlesby was very complimentary of Baylor's leadership, including President Linda Livingstone, Athletic Director Mack Rhodes, and Head Coach Matt Rule. He said Coach Rule has come in and done terrific work on the culture of the football program. Now, Bowlesby mentioned that those three individuals are working very hard to get it right. Now, he also spoke on where the conference stands with Baylor at this point in time. He doesn't expect the Big 12's assessment of Baylor to conclude before the football season begins.
It is obviously a very complex situation, and because of the lawsuits, it will have some effect on the time frame of our verification process. But we are moving forward with it. We continue to withhold the 25% of their revenue distribution, and we'll continue to do that as long as this is a pending matter. But we could not have gotten any better cooperation from the three people I just mentioned than we have gotten.
And that's something a lot of people haven't heard in a long time, as high praise about Baylor from Commissioner Bowlesby. It's been 6 years since the Big 12 played a conference championship game. Now, since then, the Baylor Bears have won 2 Big 12 titles. In 2017, it makes its return, and as Curtis Quillen found out, it can affect more than just the Big 12.
I think it's the best thing to happen to college football in a long time.
December 2nd, 2017 is a date Big 12 football fans have had circled on their calendars for more than 6 years. For the first time since Oklahoma toppled Nebraska to win the 2010 Big 12 title, the conference is set to send 2 teams to a 13th game, and the conference favorite is used to the spotlight.
Our best 2 teams on the last week of the season, the last chance to make your case or whatever for the playoff, are going to be playing on a big stage.
With only 10 teams, the conference is staying away from divisions, putting the top 2 teams after 9 Big 12 games in Arlington.
You got to have your last 2 teams playing. Everybody said, well, then it's going to be tough. Yeah, it is tough, but it doesn't matter. You're just trying to get to that point.
So far, the entire Big 12 on the same page. This title game is much needed to get back into the college football playoff, but it's the way they're going about that 13th game, putting number 1 against number 2, that could change the playing field in college football.
I believe that every conference needs to go to a model where they pit their top 2 teams against each other regardless of division.
It's the 13th data point Baylor fans were looking for in 2014.
We had heard from the CFP selection committee that the fact that we didn't have that 13th data point,
which now gives the Big 12 a leg up, or at the very least levels the playing field in 2017. Curtis Quillen, Channel 6 Sports, Frisco.
We'll have complete coverage right here at the Ford Center with Matt Rule and his Baylor Bears at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. We'll be back after the break.